let's talk about this video and the trade that I made today. I'm going to talk like this for the rest of the video because it's downright annoying. And if you can handle me talking like this for the whole video, I can't do it. I can't do it. All right. We got it going on today. No, I haven't been drinking. Maybe I should start. This is a trade I made today. I tried. I tried to do something stupid and funny. It just didn't work out. This is the trade I did today. Look at this. $900. Woohoo! Now, I don't always show my trades. I often don't show trades because, well, whatever. You gotta let people do their own thing and trade their own style. And my service that I provide for the members, I let them just leverage the service they think is best for them. That's how I do it. Okay, and I don't like to show my trades too often and influence them, because one of the things I notice a lot about some of these streaming traders that stream on YouTube and do all this stuff is they're like, come watch my stream and follow me. That's really a horrible way to trade. It just is. Do what I do. Yeah, by the time you follow what they're doing, they're already in and out of the trade and done, and you're left holding the bag, probably. At least some of the time. I don't really like that method. There's an old saying, if you give a person a fish for the day, fine, you fed them for the day, but if you teach them to fish, they're fed for life, right? So I'd rather people learn to use the service I have to their own benefit, right? And not just follow me trade for trade, because that's just not gonna learn anything. So let's talk about this trade. Today we're gonna do something different in this video. I'm not really gonna do the weekly, daily, and trade of the day. I might just touch on it briefly. But for the members, if you want to know my thoughts about the market, just read your email tonight. Okay, make sure you read your email, and I'll put a little something on the Discord server as well. Data has continued to come in. And I'll just say this generically, that the market's going to pull back on the daily chart. We're looking at a daily chart here. Now, I traded the March contracts. So you'll see I'm not trading just a straight up ES continuous contract. I traded ESH24 today because I wasn't sure if I was going to do it like a long swing trade. I didn't want to get caught out with expiration in 2 weeks on the December contract. So I'm already trading the March. So that's why you're seeing that. So let's talk about this. We're going to look at this still shot here that I took a screenshot of the trade when I made the $900 just on the daily chart. And we're going to talk about, how did I set up this trade? I think this is going to benefit a lot of the members, and it'll benefit anybody who's thinking about becoming a member. And even though I don't want you copying exactly what I do on my trades, because account size has a lot to do with it, your maturity level, and other factors come into play about how you're going to trade. But I am going to show you how I use my own service, and I think that's going to help a lot of people, both existing members and people that might want to become members. Okay, so if you want to become a member, just stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you how you can become a member. Okay. All right, so let's get started. How did I make this trade? How did I make $900 today? This was a trade that I put this trade on this morning. It was probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock, somewhere around there, a.m. Texas time. And I had a pretty good feel for the market, so we're going to talk about that, and let's get started here on the daily. The daily was already showing here a lot of divergence going on. This is called the Stochastic Momentum Index. A lot of you that watch my video obviously know I talk about this particular indicator, and I've also incorporated some of my own logic in there. Some divergence logic has been added to this indicator, and that's what these dots are. So when we start seeing white, red, and yellow dots, that's divergence. So what does that mean? In a nutshell, the prices continue to go up, but this indicator is going down. Simple, straightforward divergence, right? So that was a big telling sign. Now I have another indicator called the Big Daddy Forecast. This is pretty good about forecasting markets when they're rising. It's really good about when markets are rising, like we've had here, obviously, this massive run, yeah. So when the market's in a bearish market, I won't normally have this indicator turned on, but in a bullish market or bullish trends like we got going on now, I'll turn it back on. So why do I turn it on? Because it's really good at forecasting the market, and it also has divergence logic in there as well. So when I begin to see, both of these indicators having divergence, that gets my attention. Okay, that's the first thing. The universe indicator, I only really share this with members, so I'm not going to dive too deep into what this is, but this is a very powerful indicator. And the data that this comes from is, it's quite extraordinary. This thing's was super, absolutely amazingly accurate in October. Here in November, it's been a little bit harder to read because there's been some inversion going on. But I'm not going to dive too deep into that with the public. If you want to know about how this indicator gets used for the members and how I basically put this into the email every night, I more or less take this indicator and put it into like just one sentence for members to easily understand. Okay, so that's a very powerful indicator. And yes, I used it to help make this trade. Okay, lastly, the MACD, everybody knows about this indicator. I have it set up to be kind of slow reacting with this 12, 26, and 9, and set up as exponential. And you can see it's beginning to pinch and it wants to roll over here. Okay, it hasn't done it yet, but it's probably going to do it soon. All right. Okay, so this is all daily, and we're going to look at the hourly here in a moment. I don't normally share the hourly chart with the public, but I'm going to do it today just for the sake of this trade, for a little bit tutorial, right? A little sneak peek, so to speak, on how I make trades and how I profit from the market. Okay. But on the daily, I always look at all the time frames. I look at the weekly every day. I look at the daily. I look at the hourly, the 15-minute, the 5-minute. I'm constantly looking at the daily, the 1 hour, the 15-minute, and the 5-minute all day long. It's always in my sight, even at night, because I trade mostly futures. That's what this product is. If I'm up, I'm looking at them. I'm not just sitting there staring at a blank screen, but I glance over at them in my office here. I'm doing other stuff, whatever. I take a look. Okay, if I see a trade coming up, I can make a decision about whether or not I want to jump into the trade. So for members, anybody that wants to become a member, those are streaming charts, okay, that members get, the 1 hour, the 15-minute, and the 5-minute. Okay, they get the daily chart every night in an email attached to the email, just so you understand what's going on there. Right, and that's very powerful. And there's indicators on there. If you haven't watched any of my previous videos, make sure you watch them, because there's some Get Us Plus indicator and other indicators on there on those streaming charts that help make the trade. Okay, so now we've talked about the daily and why I thought the market was looking really good for a short side trade on the daily chart. Now let's swing over to the hourly chart, and I'll show you how I fine-tuned this trade and jumped into the trade and made $900. Okay, we're looking at the continuous contract right now. This is the E-mini S&P 500 futures. All right, and we're looking at a 1 hour chart. Now this is something, what you're seeing in front of you, this is something I share with the members, basically 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, okay? I rarely share this with the public, but I'm giving you a sneak peek. Just, you can think of this as not only am I giving a tutorial on how I make a trade and how I profit off the market, but also maybe a little bit of, advertisement for my own membership business that I provide, okay? So let's look at just briefly here these cycles. Now the members look at this continuously on the streaming charts. They have this every day. This is the hourly chart and there's cycles on here. Now you can see this morning, I'm in Texas, so it's CST time, 11 a.m., right? You can see how the market came down. This was forecasted, right? Just like there's one over here. So everybody's getting a freebie. Everybody watching this video right now is getting a freebie. That's right, 1,300 tomorrow is anticipated for there to be a low in the market. We'll just have to see if that plays out. It doesn't always work, okay? But you can see the last couple of days, it's been hopping, right? So those are called cycles. Money comes in, money goes out. Very rhythmic. And these cycles will change, right? The behavior of the market will change, and you have to, I have a skill set over quite a few years now that I've been using cycle analysis with a lot of other things that I do and a lot of other data I collect help make trades. But part of the way I make money in the market is using cycles. So here on the hourly chart, you can see these cycles. Okay, there was a cycle low kind of right there, and it had a little bit of a continuation. That's fine. That was yesterday. Today is right here. This is all today. right? So last night, I was kind of keeping an eye on the market. You can see the SMI was rising last night. Look at this, right? 4 a.m., 6 a.m., okay, 10 a.m., 1 a.m. This was yesterday, I should say, sorry. 5 o'clock, and then it rolls into last night. 20, ding, ding, getting dinged by somebody. 20 is 8 o'clock last night, and then Thursday would be midnight last night, right? So I was up kind of late watching this thing rise. Okay, I could see the MACD on the hourly chart was below the zero line at that time. So they're not moving in the same direction. I'm paying attention to that, right? But I knew last night all these candlesticks, all these candlesticks out in this area, they didn't exist yet. They just blank screen like you're seeing over here, right? Blank. But because of a lot of different pieces of data, including cycle analysis, I had a pretty good sense the market was going to decline until 11 a.m. this morning. Okay, let's hover over this candlestick. Oh my goodness. That's the green candlestick right there. It was the low of the day. 45.46 was the low. We're looking at this number right here. 45.46. Okay. So in this case, the forecasting of the hourly cycle low was exactly spot on to the hour. Now, it isn't always that good. It doesn't always have to be exactly that good. But today was, it was bank day. When it's that good, you're making good money. As you can tell by earlier in this video, I made $900. So this helped me determine, this cycle here and the low helped me determine that there might be a good trade coming. Plus, we had looked at the daily chart, and the daily chart looks very vulnerable. Remember all the divergence, the SMI starting to roll over, the MACD is beginning to pinch. Okay, I got the universe indicator, which, it's a bit of a secret about this universe indicator, but, the members get access to the information about it. They don't know exactly what it is, so I'm not going to share it with anybody. Some kind of have an idea what it is, but it doesn't really matter. The point is it goes towards the membership and members get the benefit from it. All that comes into play, right? And there's other things too that just from years of trading. Pattern watching, candlestick patterns, all these kinds of things, okay? So this morning I think it was around 10, maybe 11, whatever, I think it was somewhere in this area, I placed a trade. It was like somewhere in here. I think it might have been like 9 or 10 o'clock. I placed a trade right in here. And I benefited from this entire candlestick. This candlestick was 14 points. This one, so basically it was $900 worth of movement in somewhere in these 2 or 3 candlesticks. I sold short here and bought back somewhere down in here. Okay. Now, here on the hourly chart, you'll see the Skiddles Plus indicator. Right? Like 2 days ago, we had an indicator that the Skiddles Plus indicator indicated there was a possible trade. Boy, was there ever. I talked about that yesterday in yesterday's video. Okay, and then early this morning, last night actually, looks like it's about maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, 11 o'clock at night. It said there was a trade there, right? And there was. I didn't participate in this trade because I knew from the daily chart that the pullback was probably going to be greater than this little run up. So I just let it run up. Remember I talked about how this was still swinging up? And then it made a little pullback. It bounced again. Okay, you see, but it's really important to understand. See how the MACD is sitting in negative territory? Aha. So now I'm going to finish up this video, and then I'll talk at the very end about the membership for those that want to stick around. But let me just finish up the video with this. So how did I piece this all together? In a nutshell, I looked at the daily chart and the weekly chart for that matter. I got a sense that the market was getting ready to have a pullback. Today was a really small day, by the way. I think the range was like not even 30 points, 35 points, but I still made $900. So now I hope you begin to see the power of the membership and all the services that are provided, right? But even on a 30 range day, whatever it was, really tight day, still made $900. And getting back to this, MACD was in negative territory this entire time from last night starting about let's just say about 8 p.m. It went negative, and it pretty much stayed negative all the way through the whole day on the hourly chart. That's really great information. That means anytime I see something begin to pull back like this on the SMI, it's time to make the trade. because the SMI has run out of gas. It tried to get up again. It couldn't do it. Here comes intraday, and bam, it starts to widen out. You see how it kind of widened out and started going down? I know I'm getting into the trade. Is there a risk? Of course there's risk. Every trade has risk. But that's why you need to understand risk management and have it in place. Okay, that might be simple. It might just be a simple thing like a stop loss. I don't know. It just depends. Everybody has to assess their own and manage their own risk. Right? You can't just make blind trades. All right, so I just want to convey in this video that I used different time frames and all the tools and data that I have, and the members get access to all the same data I have. Okay, to help place this trade on a small little range day. Let's go back and look at the daily for a second. Okay, here's the daily chart. It's kind of hard to see because we've had like 7 straight days just tacking along this 45.66 resistance line. But here, this little dinky thing you're seeing right here is the new day already starting for futures because they trade at nighttime as well. But this one right here, this is today. Look at the range was 34 3/4. That's what it was. This little range right in here. 34 3/4, that's all it was. Tight little day. Okay, most people probably struggle to make money today. But I'm just trying to convey to you that if you do things properly and look at multiple time frames, okay, and of course use my service. Yes, this is a bit of a promotional video, but use the service. Then there's a decent chance you're going to make profit. I know several members, and they chatted today. Some chat with me privately. They DM me privately, on the Discord server, which is where all the services are. Let me switch over to that. We'll talk about that just briefly. Okay, so this is the Discord server. Okay, basically it's just a screenshot, but this is the Discord server. And on here, of course you can DM, right? There's DM up here. People can direct message me, and some of them direct message me rather than do public. And I've had several members, they're making $300 a day. I know several members today made hundreds of dollars today. Okay, not everybody shares, and that's fine because I don't need to know everybody's finances and their trading. That's their business. Today I wanted to share my trade for the day, just to kind of encourage people and show people, particularly the members and those that are going to become members, how to take advantage of it and how to really trade the market, even in a tight market. Even in a tight market, it's possible. Okay, but if you're interested in becoming a member, the description is in this video right below on YouTube, right below the video. Just make sure you read that description carefully so you don't have any problems joining. But once you're done reading it, there's a link there. It's going to bring you over to this, get a server. You click on server shop, and it's going to take you to this page here, $7.99 a month. Now I made $900 today. Now I have to give my opinion, right? I can't give financial advice because that's a big no-no, right? But my opinion is, my account size is going to be different than some other people's account size. Some people are going to have a much bigger account than mine. Some are going to have a much smaller account. And I'm not going to sit here and guarantee you can make $900. But what I am going to say is if you're patient, okay, maybe subscribe or pay for 3 months, which would be like $25, $24, whatever it is. Okay, and don't trade for a little while and just learn how to use the service and the Get Us Plus indicator and the cycle analysis and the hourly and 15 and 5-minute charts and all. You get used to how to use all the service, right? Don't be in a hurry. I think it's one of the biggest mistakes people make. They want to hit the gold jackpot in day one. It's like, I've been trading for decades, and yes, I've made many mistakes, and I lost a lot of money along the way too. But nowadays, I make way more money than I lose. Okay, but it took a while to get there. So don't be in a hurry. That's a big mistake. Just, if you're going to join, that's great. Come on aboard, learn how to use the service. But what I would do is spend 3 months. Make sure you put your email into the emails only channel so you get the nightly emails with the chart, the daily chart. You're going to get access to all these channels are membership channels, members only. And down here is the streaming charts, the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and the 1 hour. Okay, and you just saw earlier in this video how I used the 1 hour chart and the daily chart to make $900. Okay, again, how much money you make or don't make, it has a lot to do with your maturity, how big is your account. There's a lot of factors, but the point is the service does make people money if they're patient. Okay, so anyway, the streaming charts are here at the bottom. And anytime that Get Us Plus indicator, anytime that indicates there might be a possible trade, it sends an alert to this channel, okay? Right there. So if you're busy, you can get notified, right? Maybe you're using your mobile phone. You have the Discord app loaded on your mobile phone. You could have it on vibrate, or it alerts you and dings. Okay, you look to see if there's a trade. Maybe you can also download this on your desktop or on even your laptop, whatever. Doesn't matter. This app will load on just about any computer. Okay, so streaming charts, alerts go there. There's also alerts for gold, crude oil, top 30 stocks for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ are in this channel. All right. Premium symbols, I put a bunch of symbols in there. There's usually 4 files of symbols in there. Futures and optionable stocks, symbols that might be shortable. Okay. That's the same algorithm that my Giddus Plus indicator that's on the streaming charts also grabs these symbols at the end of the day. Okay, I think there's a file in there for industries as well. Okay, I talked about the emails. Occasionally I do some fixed income, might do corporate bonds in there, CDs, stuff like that. So all these channels here are all members only channel. This one's, everybody can get this channel, but there's nothing in there. It's kind of like, hello, how you doing kind of channel. If you're going to join or you've already joined, you remember, please read the rules. And here is the refund rules. And here is play nice with everybody else rules. And there's a disclaimer in there that I'm not a financial advisor and I only give my opinion only. Okay. Okay, that's it. $7.99. Okay. Like I said, most of my members, I've had members probably, gosh, some of them are going on more than 2 years, 3 years. They've been with me as members. They don't think about the $7.99 because most of them are making way more than that, easily covering the $7.99. You know, I keep it this cheap. I had it at $5.99 before. I keep it really cheap so people can participate. I want the members to benefit, not being worried about how they're going to pay for a $500 membership. You know, people charge crazy money for garbage services. I've seen it. Okay, but this one's inexpensive and you get a lot of value for a very low price. All right. All right, that's it for now. Hope everybody enjoyed the video. I want to do something a little different today. We wanted to show you about how I go about doing my trades, how I make money, okay, how I profit off the market. All right, God bless everybody. Talk to you all real soon again next time.